You're a public company and looking for a way to tell your story to millions of online investors.
Welcome to AGORACOM, North America's largest online investor relations firm. We deliver investor relations to the web's biggest sites and search engines to help you find new investors. In addition to those websites, over 1 million investors read over 95 million pages of news and information on AGORACOM this year. AGORACOM, where smart public companies and investors click.
Welcome to AGORACOM, the Small Cap Epicenter and AGORACOM TV, a daily, fast-paced, edgy show bringing the best press releases out of the small cap world every morning at the open so you can hopefully profit from them and maybe even find your next great small cap investment. Now, it's Wednesday, November the 5th. It's Obama Day. Congratulations to President-elect Barack Obama on his victory. We've got 7 great press releases for you. We're going to go through these very quickly from both sides of the border. Everything from the typical resources announcements to some great numbers coming out of the U.S. So let's start you off first with AXON Power, trades on the OTC under AXPW. They announced the signing of a $6.4 million manufacturing contract. This is a developer of battery technology and advanced energy storage devices. It looks like they've received a purchase order for 92,000 units of flood lead-acid batteries. They're going to produce these over the next 11 months. It's with a major North American battery manufacturer, but as always, you don't get the names of the company. This is the first phase of the relationship. The company thinks it can expand to 50,000 units per month by mid-2009. Sounds a little bit ambitious. I wouldn't put a lot of stock in that. Nonetheless, got to watch that. Axion, the good news, they're going to begin work on this phase first, this phase 1 work, and will ship product this month. The purchase order will generate about $6.4 million in revenue for the company over the next year. You know we like these kind of releases. Small cap company, great multi-million-dollar contract, and you've got a major company as a customer. They closed yesterday at $1.29. Next up, InfuSystem trades on the OTC under INHI. They're reporting their third quarter numbers, 14.5% revenue increase and about $3.6 million in EBITDA for the third quarter ending September 2008. Quick summary, revenues, $9 million. Operating income, $1.6 million. Net income, a little bit strange, higher than net income, operating income, but there's a reason, $5.7 million or 30 cents per share. However, $5.4 million, that came from a gain on derivative financial instruments. So we're going to strip that out, and the difference is about $300,000 net income. Still, great net income number for the quarter because you can't count on that $5.4 million gain being made on a quarter-over-quarter basis. At the end of the day, adjusted EBITDA, $3.6 million. Steve Watkins, CEO of the company, had a quote. Here's an excerpt. During the third quarter alone, we achieved $3.6 million in EBITDA, adjusted EBITDA, and now have approximately $10.8 million in cash and cash equivalents as of September 30, 2008. Good news out of them because you know you've got to have cash in this environment. Closed yesterday at $2.40. Next up, Pure Nickel trades both on the TSX under NIC and on the Pinks under PNCKF. Big news out of them. They're announcing that a Japanese conglomerate is taking $40 million stake in the Canadian explorer's promising Alaskan nickel property. This is an exploration option agreement with Itochu Corporation, a multi-billion-dollar Japanese conglomerate. Gives Itochu the right to earn up to 75% interest in Pure Nickel's 720 square kilometer Man-Alaska property by investing up to $40 million over the next few years. This is, according to the company, a very promising property. It's located in Alaska, 400 kilometers northeast of Anchorage. It's had yielding interesting nickel finds, including grades running as high as 15%. A lot of details here. Here are 2 quotes. First from David McPherson, President and CEO of Pure Nickel. Delighted to attract a partner such as Itochu. Pure Nickel is now in a desirable position, especially in the context of this chaotic stock market and the less friendly investment atmosphere that has overshadowed the mining and exploration sector. Definitely, he's right on that point. I also like this quote from Mr. Satoshi Kondu, who's the group manager of mineral resource development over at Itochu. Here's the excerpt. Our organization has been studying potential exploration projects of platinum group metals and base metals around the world. The MAN project has a high probability of becoming a world-class project and fits well with our policies and concepts. Great third-party validation for Pure Nickel. They closed yesterday at just 7 cents. That gives them a market cap of less than $5 million. Go take a look at Pure Nickel. BioCurex trading on the OTC. This isn't a Agoracom client, have to disclose that, but they announced that they incorporate a Chinese subsidiary and preparing to tap the world's largest cancer testing market. This is a fully owned subsidiary, BioCurex China, in Shanghai. The subsidiary will initially operate as a clinical laboratory for RECAF. RECAF is their proprietary technology that is shown to detect all types of cancers with 90% accuracy. So it's going to be initially a clinical laboratory and will serve both local hospitals and physicians. The expansion is completely separate from licensing agreements BioCurex has right now with Abbott Laboratories, major pharmaceutical company, and Inverness Medical Innovations. 3 bullet points about why the importance of this Shanghai operation. No new financing required, so no dilution. Revenue from these manual assays marketed in China will not be comparable to the far greater revenue anticipated. Keyword there, anticipated to come from Abbott, Inverness, and any third-party licensee. And finally, fast, low-cost cancer detection fills a universal need, particularly applicable for emerging nations with limited resources and labor costs. The company closed yesterday at 24 cents. Kinbauri Gold, also an Agoracom client, but as always, we don't report on Agoracom clients unless the news stands on its own 2 feet. Trades on the venture under KNB. They announced a new resource estimate. This is for their El Val gold copper project in Spain, and they're saying it confirms potential for restarting operations. You know, in this environment where we're looking to separate the wheat from the chaff in the junior mining exploration space, we want to see these 43101s. The company has received an updated 43101 compliant resource update. Here are the highlights. Measured and indicated 916,000 ounces of gold plus 113 million pounds of copper. Inferred just under 1.1 million ounces of gold plus 74 million pounds of copper. The increases over their 43101 that came out March 21st, 2007 shows an increase of 52% in ounces of gold and 125% in pounds of copper. Go take a look at all the data there, but a great press release here, and the company closed yesterday at 36 cents. Anglo Swiss Resources, also the Agoracom client, just one of those days. Trades on the stock symbol ASW on the Venture Exchange, announced strong copper results at their Kenville gold mine property. Now, these results are from the western side of its wholly owned Kenville gold mine property. It does not pertain to the area of the historic Kenville gold mine, which lies on the east side. A lot of holes there for you to take a look at. Here's a highlight hole for me, hole 0805. 5.75 meters, grading 1.53% copper, 30.93% grams per ton of silver, 0.046% moly, and 0.595 grams per ton of gold. Len Dennard over there stated in an excerpt, the company is highly encouraged by the presence of this potentially significant porphyry copper resource in addition to the 4 newly discovered high-grade quartz veins carrying spectacular gold and silver grades. The company closed yesterday at 17 cents. And finally, Romeos Gold trades on the venture under RG and on the OTC under RMIOF. They announced that the one diamond drill hole in particular, hole 0802, intercepted 3.27 grams per ton of gold, 5.71 grams per ton of silver, and 0.31% copper over 27 meters. Pretty nice hole there. It's all contained within the 315-meter mineralized zone. This is their second diamond drill hole. This on the Trek property, which is in northwestern British Columbia. The hole in total was 1,034 feet, and the grade for the whole mineralized zone was 0.51 grams per ton of gold, 1.71 grams per ton of silver, and 0.1% copper. The company says this indicates the potential for a deposit of significant volume that was open in all directions. Tom Drevis, president of Romeos Gold, here's an excerpt from his long quote. These wide intervals of mineralization bode well for building significant tonnage and clearly demonstrates the potential for a major deposit at Trek with grades similar to other large tonnage gold, copper, porphyry deposits in northern British Columbia. They closed yesterday at 10 cents. It's way off the 52-week high of 76 cents. That's a wrap now. As always, if you're looking for stock halts, make sure you don't forget about our friends over at stockhalt.com. They'll send them over to you via email. SMS, and any mode that you prefer. Naturally, what they do is get those stock halts out to you, let them know when they've been halted, let you know when they're going to start trading, give you an opportunity to maybe make a little arbitrage money there. So don't forget about them. And as always, the AGORACOM marketplace, over 75 companies listed by industry and exchange, so you can find the ones that best suit your portfolio. I'll be away to New York tomorrow. I'll be away for a week at the Pipes Conference in New York. So Paul and Jim will be filling in. But as always, make sure to keep up with my blog, where I'll always be blogging, letting you know about what's going on out there in the markets. Have a great day. I'll see you next week, but Paul and Jim will see you tomorrow.